Okay, so just we are exploring what is the advantage of this Power App. As I told, low code or no code, no need for writing a complicated coding, that's not required. So we can write a very low code or even no codes. No code is required here. Integration with the multiple data sources is possible. One Power App, you can connect multiple data sources. Manual and paperwork can be eliminated. As I told, no need for everyone to type everything or write everything in the papers. Just they can store it in the Power App itself. It automatically gets stored online. Based on that, you can create the reports. Enhance the mobility and accessibility and accuracy and real-time data. You can get the real-time data and accuracy of your data. And as I told, it seamlessly integrated with Microsoft 365. Very easily you can connect with 365. You can connect with the forms, we can connect with Excel, you can connect with online, we can connect with SharePoint, and reducing your cost, role-based security and governance, and meet the enterprise's demand and drive the digital transformation. So we can paperless work, you can turn into a digital transformation. So that's the advantage of using this Power App. And just a small example, where are all this Power App can be used? Suppose you are in manufacturing, a mission breakdown report application. You want to create a small application for a mission breakdown, and digital work permit, you want to create a small application. Operator skill matrix, you want to create application. Product line inspection checklist, everything you are doing it manually with the paperwork or with the Excel sheet. Don't do it, you can do it through an app so that your data will be automatically stored online. From that you can fetch a report if you are using if you are in the manufacturing department. Quality, defect logging and root cause, we can do it as small app. Quality checking, we can do a small app. Calibration, supplier quality audit app. So, but unfortunately, you cannot share it with the suppliers. Suppliers, you cannot do that. Suppliers app cannot be shared. App can be shared within your Daimler team. Just some examples where are all this app can be used based on the department wise. Then you have to go for the external tool, or you have to go for the, I believe, next licensed version of Power App. Power App is automatic. As of now, it's a free version. We can go to the next level of license. You cannot send it to your supplier.
If we get a license, additional license, we can share it with the
To some extent. Not all the data. Everything cannot be shared. Maybe a small app. Once it has to be stored in some location, right? So it has to store it in your database. So then the supplier should have the access to your database. There will be a problem. There will be a challenge. There will be a challenge. Near future they can do that. As of now, you can share it within your team. There will be a challenge in this. Near future, it may be, not now. You have to share it within your Daimler team. Like a Power BI also, you can share it within your Daimler team. You cannot send it to others. Power BI report. Same. Okay. For a human resources, daily attendance, shift management, leave applications, a training request, asset maintenance, for that they can use this app. Just I'll pass it faster. Maintenance, the preventive maintenance, spare parts, lubrications, technician, task assignment. For this, we can use this Power App. Get in and out, logistics. So whenever vehicle is getting in and out, you can store it in Power App and you can create a report based on this. Vehicle dispatch, warehouse, barcode scanning, IT, asset management and IT tracking. Suppose you want to give some report to the IT, there is a problem in this machine or something, you can just do it in the app. It automatically sends a link to IT. They can store this. Software installation, user access, like this. This is for IT teams. Yes, this is the overall summary of Power App. Power App helps you to automate the manual task, reduce the paperwork and improve the efficiency, enable the quick app development without coding or less level of coding, smooth integration with the SharePoint, SQL and other teams, Microsoft Teams also. So let us start with this. As I told, it's going to be a 100% practical session. Please do it. Don't watch it. and I recommend everyone to please practice it parallelly. So let us start straight away. So let me open a browser. So I will open a browser here. I believe you are all using the Edge browser, correct? Are any other browsers here? Only the Edge. Because some people are using not Edge, they are using some other tools like Chrome, other tools. One training program I got that we are using Edge for downloading Chrome. One training they told me we are using Edge, sir. For what? Not download the Chrome and use the Chrome. They are not using the Edge. Unfortunately, you are all using Edge here. So let me open a new window. I already opened this Edge. Let me start with this. So I'm going to open a Power App here. So to open the Power App, yes. You can use Chrome, sir. I'm not against Chrome. Chrome, to be open, Chrome has more advantage, more usage, more faster, and other things. There are some app is not working in Edge. Most of the apps are designed based on the Chromes, like a Android, like iPhone or something. You can use Edge. Using Edge very rarely. They have some apps are not opening in Edge. Most of the apps are opening in Chrome. As a corporate, as a Microsoft person, I recommend Edge. Okay, so let us go with Microsoft Edge. I opened Microsoft Edge. So I will start with the new window. Anyway, I had created a favorites here. And in the favorites, my Microsoft app, Power App is available. But if you are doing it for very first time, then open a window, www.makePowerApp. You have to say .makePowerApp.com. This is where you have to log in. So you can see make.powerapps.com. So you have to log in through this. So you can make this as favorites from now. As after this, you can make this as a favorites. So make.powerapp.com, make.powerapp.com. Yes, make.powerapps.com. Sorry, make.powerapps.com. So I have logged into this make.powerapp.com. I hope everyone has logged in and you will get an environment which is already logged in, already signed in. If you are not signed in, you can go to the right hand side and you can sign in here. I hope most of you would have signed in already. If not signed in, you can go to the signed in and you will get your name and your environment here. Okay, so I hope most of you would have already signed in. If you are not signed in, please sign in with your email ID and password, which you use it for Microsoft 365. Make.powerapps.com. Please go to the make.powerapp.com. Okay, right. So this is how the Power App screen. I comes to the welcome screen here on the left hand side. You can see welcome screen and is. So yeah, that means you are doing sign in. Sign in. He is sending that. I checked that. Make.powerapps.com. Make.powerapps.com. Enter. .powerapps.com. It's opening.
That link, I think this is a link.
Also app.powerbi.com. Open. Wi-Fi will be over here. Okay. So sir, can you share that link? Sir? Please. Please. Ah,
Got it?
start dictating in terms of. Okay. Yes. Landed into the screen. Very good. Very good. Environment. Hope everyone has landed into the screen. So here on the left hand side, you can see there are several ways available here. When I go to the home tab using the Copilot or something, even if you type here, what do you want? If you want to create some app, so you can click here using the AI tool. For example, an employee needs a login vacation hours. So there are some predefined templates available, or you can type your problem, what is your expectation. It helps you to create an app, which I am not going to do. We are going to create our own app here on the left hand side. Create, where we can create our own app. This is to learn Microsoft Learn. Planning, what are all the plan? You can create your own plan in Power BI. We'll come to that. So this is an app. If you have already created an app, all your app will be displayed here. This is where you can create, or you can list out all your apps. Artificial Intelligence Hub, tables, flow. Flow is Power Automate. You can bring the Power Automate here also. You can create a Power Automate in Power Apps also. And tables, once again we are going to access the table which we didn't use. We'll use the table, and there is a more option available here. There are some solution, there is more option. If we click on it, where we can see there are further more options available. So here the important one which we are going to explore is the connection. So which are all the connection you can use, or we can create our own connection. Someone asked, I want to connect an SQL, I want to connect an SAP, I want to connect Oracle. So you have to click here and see whether there is some connections available. The connection is available, no worries. Whenever you create an app, it will ask you to connect. This connection will be common not only for Power App. Whatever the connections you have created, it's not only for the Power App, it's common for Power Automate also. Whatever the connections available. If the connection is not available, if there is no connections available, no issues, we can create our own connections also. Or when you are trying to connect, it will ask you to create a new connections also. Either you can create a new connection, or it will create. Whenever you are trying to link, suppose I am trying to link with a SharePoint, it will create a connection with SharePoint, and automatically it will get added here. Okay, no worries. See whether there is a connection available. If it is available, fine. If it is not available, we will create it in the letter passes. You have to tell me whether there is connections available here. No connections, it's empty. No issues. We can connect your SharePoint, we can connect. So you can see I have so many connections here, Power BI. So I have so many connections here. So you can create our own connections also. We'll do that. Before that, I need some databases for it. I want to create an app. For creating an app, so you can straight away go to create and you can create an app here. Or before creating an app, I need some data for it. So I have to have some data for it. So we will create a data first, then we'll come to Power App. Using the data, we'll create our own apps here. So to create a app, for today, I think we can use three things. One is you can create an app through Excel online, or you can create an app through a database called as OneDrive, or you can create it on SharePoint. I recommend the last one. Since you are told, even I experienced it, Excel cannot handle a very big data, very large data, or sometimes I want to put some pictures or anything, which is not possible if you are using Excel. So I recommend to go with SharePoint, but we will try all the three. We'll try all the three options here. All the three options we'll try here. For example, let me start with OneDrive. For an example, let us start a small table. Let me start with a small table here. So we are going to create a small table. Maybe the table name can be operations register. This table we are going to create it, operations register. What are all the columns we are going to have it in this table is, let us say, record ID. Maybe the auto-generated record ID. So there should be some record ID which should be automatically generated. And description, which is a text, and reported date, which date they have reported, and which department. So we got the report from which department, and what is the category, what is the issue type, what is the category they have got it, and we want to attach some pictures also. For example, I want the assume that in shop floor we have some issues. They have sent an issue. I want to attach a picture. I want to attach a photograph of it. You can attach a photograph. So we are going to create this columns here. We are going to create this column. The column 1 is record ID, column 2 is title and description, then the reported date, then the department name, then category, then attachments. So these are all the columns which we are going to create. Either create it in Excel and bring it here, or create it in SharePoint also. We'll try all the things. First, let us create it in normal Excel itself. So let me go to Microsoft Excel. I can open Microsoft Excel here. And what are all the fields I wanted? First field I wanted is the record ID. So let us create a record ID here. That's my first column. Record ID is the first column, and second column is my description. But I recommend to do it in SharePoint, but I will see all the three features. Another one is description, and third one is, I don't know. Yes, reported date, then department, then category. So reported date, report date, then department, then category. Unfortunately, in Excel, you cannot attach a picture. You can give a link for a picture. I think when you come for the second level of Power BI, we would have discussed it. We can link a picture and we can bring the picture into Power BI also. Same like you can link a picture. If you want to link a picture, that link can be given here. You cannot attach a picture. Anyway, in upcoming version, we may expect it, because Microsoft has did this new thing. When you go to insert in Microsoft Excel, we have an option called as picture, where we can see place in cell. Inside a cell, we can place a picture. This has happened very recently. Maybe I can say just 1 year before. So in the upgraded version, even you may attach a picture also. As of now, you cannot attach a picture. As of now, you cannot attach a picture. You can give a link for that picture. Link for the picture. That's only disadvantage now, as of now, in Microsoft Excel. So let me do this, and I have added some columns. I'm not attaching the picture except the last column. I have created all the columns except the last column, because I didn't create that last column called as picture. Record ID, title, reported date, department, category. That's category. Only 5 columns I have created. But unfortunately, you cannot load this Excel file into Power Query or Power App or anything. We have to convert this into an official Excel dynamic table. I think this also we would have discussed in basics Excel or advanced Excel trainings. We have to convert this into a table format. How do we convert this into table format? Since we are using an offline version, we have a shortcut key for it also. How do we convert this into a table format is you can use the shortcut key Control T or Control L. Either you can use Control T or you can use Control L, which will turn a table into a dynamic table. This will turn your table into a dynamic table using the shortcut key. But I don't want to use the shortcut key. Can I use a menu for it? Of course, you can use the menu. So when you want to use the menu, you can go to Insert. Under Insert, there is an option called as Table. Under Insert, you can see the table is available here. Or third method, you can go to the Home tab. Under Home tab, there is an option called as Format as a Table. Format as a table. Third. So whichever is easier, you can use it. Control T or Control L, or go to Insert Table, or go to Home tab, Format as a Table. Whichever is easier, whichever is convenient. So your wish. So let me make it as Control T or Control L. And it's asking my table as a header. Of course, my table is having a header. Yes, this is the heading of the table. This is the heading of the table. So if you don't select it, it will take automatically column 1, column 2, column 3 as your header, which I don't want. I want this to be treated as my table heading. So select this, my table as the header, and I say OK. Yes. So this table was converted into an official Excel dynamic table. Okay. So we are creating a new table. Then whatever the forms or whatever the application we are going to create, it will be stored here. So someone is entering a record ID and description, report date, department, category, it will be stored automatically here. And my recommendation, this is the advantage of using SharePoint. Here the challenge is you have to manually do this. For example, record ID. So the record ID should be in a number format. So make sure that this record ID should be in a number format. You know how to convert this into a number format. So place the cursor on the record ID and you can go to Home tab, or you can go to this General and you can convert it. Or we have a shortcut key for it. Control 1 is the shortcut key for format cell. Control 1 will be the shortcut key for format cells. And go to the number and select it. Make it as a number format. For that also we have a shortcut key. Control Shift 1 will be the shortcut key for number format. Control Shift 1. Or you can go here and make it as a number format. And this record ID I have converted as a number. Description, it's a text. Report date should be in a date format. So to change it to date format, please ensure it. Otherwise, when you create there, it will be a challenge. When you create an app, there may be a challenge. That's why later also you can convert it, but this is better. Control Shift 3 will be the shortcut key for converting a cell into a date format. If you want to convert a cell into a default date format, we have a shortcut key Control Shift 3. So either press Control Shift 3 or you can go for Control 1 and change it to a date format also. Your own preferred date format. Control Shift 3 doesn't have the preferred date format. It will have DDMMYY format. If you want your own format, then go to Control 1 and change the format. As of now, I am pressing Control Shift 3. Now if you press Control 1, this will be your default format of the date. You can see DDMMMYYY. So it will be 24 NOB 25. 24 is date, NOV is November, 25 is the date. So please ensure that column is in a correct format. Record ID it's in a number format, and report date is a date format. All the others are text, so no need to change that. No need to change that. So we have converted this into a dynamic table, and I prefer to have some meaningful name for this table. How we give a name for a sheet? Here also it's better to give some meaningful name for the file. So what I can do, this is my operation register. So I'll give a name called as register for this table. So I'll maintain the name as register. That's the name of the table. Or you can give your own meaningful name. But while giving a name, don't give it with a space or special character. Space and special characters are not allowed in between. Don't give a name with a space and special characters. Give a name. So just give a name. That's it. As of now, it's a normal Excel sheet. This file and sheet has to be saved in. I told you there are three things available. One is you can get it in Excel online. Second one is OneDrive. Third one is SharePoint. Either, as you have told, you have to put it in SharePoint or put it in OneDrive. First, let us try with OneDrive. Then we'll see how to put it into SharePoint. We'll save it in OneDrive. File, save as. So don't save it in desktop anything. You have to save it in OneDrive. So you have to save it in OneDrive, any location. So I think OneDrive I already installed on my system. It's a part of my system as a personal. I have stored it in OneDrive as a separate folder. So you can store, maybe I'll have a particular location. And Power App, I have a folder called as Power App where I will store this file. This is my operations register. Okay. So we are creating a file, a normal Excel file. So I want my data should be stored in this file. So whenever someone is keying the data, it automatically stored on my OneDrive file. This is one method. How can I get this data into my Power App now? How do we get this data? Then we'll see about SharePoint also. I recommend SharePoint, but still the easiest tool which we are using more frequently. That's why I did it with Microsoft Excel. Now I close this file. I am closing this file. Control W is the shortcut key for closing that file. It's better to close the file. Don't close the entire application. It's better to close the file. I'll minimize it. Okay. So what we did is we have created a small table with some columns. We have created some table with some columns and we have converted the table into a dynamic table and we saved that file into into OneDrive. Yes. Now let us come back to Power App. We'll come back to Power App. So we are going to link the table here. We are going to bring the table into my Power App. So open this Power App. On the left hand side, you can see there is an option called as Create. There is an option called as Create, where I can see start with Copilot, start with data, start with page design, start with a blank canvas. Blank canvas, it automatically inverts the canvas with some operations, with some containers, which I don't prefer. With the data means you can create your own data here. You can create a new table here. I recommend to go with the third one as of now. I recommend to go with the third one. Start. It's by default your company environment will be there. That same environment. Your company environment. You have further environments.
We have two environments. It is
Okay.
our own environment. Another one is personal productivity. We bracket it is mentioned as
Default environment. Which is a default environment? Go with the default environment.
default is for practicing and
Correct. You can go to the default environment as of. I have only one environment. Maybe different, sir. It may be different for department wise. Default environment. I don't know. Maybe that your team would have created it. I don't know for what purpose they have created. As I told in Power BI, we can have different workspaces also. Like this, they have created a different environment. Try to do it in the default environment. Maybe what is the reason they have created it? Shall you want? Yeah. Let me go to this start with page design. I'll go to start with page design. There are some various designs. A gallery with connected table, gallery with connected external table, where everything will happen automatically. It will connect with the Excel, it will connect with some other. Let us start with the blank itself. I will start with the blank. Gradually, we'll see the other process. So I'm going to select the third one. Start with the page design. I selected start with the page design. I will start with the blank canvas. I'm starting with the blank canvas now. So let me start with a blank canvas. So it will open a blank page, blank canvas. In Power BI, it will be a page with canvas. Here it will be a screen with the canvas. You will have a screen. How Excel is having a sheet. Inside a sheet, you will have a tables. A PowerPoint will have a slides. Inside the slides, we have some placeholders. Like this, in Power App, we call it as a screen. So this area is called a screen. Under the screen, sorry, this area is a screen. Under the screen, you will have some canvas. It says, welcome to this Power App Studio. A few ways to start. Straight away, you can start a form or you can select a gallery. We'll see that. We'll see what is gallery. We'll see what is form. Probably we'll see it in the next part. Now, as of now, I'm going to skip this. I'm going to skip this. Anyway, we are going to create a gallery. We are going to create a form itself. We are going to create both. But as of now, I'm skipping it. But if you don't want this image or if you don't want this welcome screen to appear in the future, you can select this. Do not show this again. But I am having it since a training purpose. I want to have it. So I'm having it. If you are annoying, if you are getting disturbed with this, you can switch off this. But I'm having it. I'm not switching off this. Let us skip. It comes to the screen here. Like a Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Power BI, as usual, you can see your ribbons are available on the top, where we can see back pin, it goes to the back screen, undo, redo will be available here. Here is the where we are going to insert some control. Here is the where you are going to add some data. If the data is not visible, or if the new screen, like a Excel, where we can create new pages, here you can create new screens, screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. You can have some list of screens here. But if the screen is not visible for you, since your screen size is very small, then very simple, you can click on 3 dot. Under 3 dot, you may get that new screen. You may get the new screen here. It should be visible here. If it is not visible, sometimes your screen resolution, screen size is very small. Then you can click on the 3 dot. Under 3 dot, we can see that new screen will be there. So we'll see how to create a new screen. On the right hand side, where we can see furthermore other options are now we are in the editing mode. Properties, this right hand side, you can see the properties. Whatever the visual or whatever the controls you are adding, properties of the controls will be available here. The properties of this control. If knowingly, unknowingly, I have closed this properties, which we do normally. So if I close this, I can get it back again using the same thing, properties. So you click on the properties here. If I close this, you can get the properties by clicking on the properties. And it says we are in the editing mode, fine. And this one is, if you want to give some comments about this application, you can give a comment. App checker. App checker means suppose you are using this app for a very long time. I want to know how long time we are using it, how many errors we have made, how many screens are there. So if you want to check everything, you can use this app checker. And if you want to share this app to someone else, but before sharing, you cannot share it straight away. You cannot share this straight away. First, you have to publish it like a Power BI. First, this app has to be published. Then only you can share it. Straight away, you cannot share it. Straight away sharing is not possible. Various levels of sharing. You can make it as a co-owner. You can just share the screen. There are various options. We'll explore it. So before sharing, you should have published it. And this is for playing your app. I want to play an app. So when I use a PowerPoint presentation, you are not showing the PowerPoint presentation. You are running a slideshow. You are running a slideshow. You are clicking on the slideshow and run the slideshow on the full screen. Same like if you want to run a slideshow, if you want to run the app, there is a button called as running the app or previewing the app. And this one, of course, everyone knows this, saving your file. So various options are available under the save. Save the version with the notes and save as download a copy. Download a copy means we are using an online version. Tomorrow my system has crashed or did something. I want the backup. So we can have a download copy and I can put it into some other system also. I can create a backup and I can create the same application in some other system. For that we can download this. On the left hand side, various types of views are available. Left hand side, this is a tree view. Tree view is the view that is opened here. If you unknowingly close to this view, you can get the tree view, which shows what are all the screens available. This is the properties and these are all the screens. Suppose screen 1, screen 2. Under screen 1, screen 2, what are all the controls you have it here? All the controls will be displayed here. This one, adding a control. Same what we are doing it here. So you can go to insert and we can add a control, or we can go to this plus symbol and you can add a control. Both are same. You can see the symbols are similar, plus and this plus. And then we can add a data. This is where we are going to connect our data. So you can see add a data. Here also we can add a data. And there is variables where we can time permits. We'll see about variables also. Searching a particular thing. And can I bring the Power Automate into Power BI? Yes, we can bring the Power Automate flows into Power BI also. There is a 3 dot where we can see media and Power Automate. We can bring the Power Automate. It's not required. You have to go to Power Automate and create the flows. Anyway, we are going to talk about this tomorrow. So if you want to create a Power Automate, inside Power App itself, you can use this Power Automate. Of course, the settings is available here. Settings means the changing the app format, background and other format. You can go to the settings. You can give some display and what is the name of this app. You can add your company logo when you publish it, your company logo. Like when you publish the Power App on the left hand side, the app logo is displayed here. Suppose if you want your company logo to be displayed when you publish it to someone else, then we can use the logo and app name here. This is not only available here, the settings. Settings is available in 3 dot. Under 3 dot also you can see the settings. Both are same. That's it about the introduction. So these are all the elements. These are all the components available in Power App screen. Don't worry, we will explore everything one by one. First thing what we have to do is we have to connect this table, the table which we have created in Excel and we have saved that file in OneDrive. That file we are going to bring it here. That file we are going to bring it here. How can I bring this here? 2 methods. Method number 1. On the left hand side there is a button called as data. On the left hand side you can see there is a button data, or you can see there is an option called as add data. They are same. Either you can click on the left hand side of it or you can go to the add data. So expand that add data. So it says you can create a new table. Current environment there are some tables available. So there are other tables available here. But what we are going to do is we are going to select some connectors. It's not the predefined table. These are all some of the predefined table available in Microsoft using the Dataverse. But we are going to connect our own tables. So let me click on the connector. What is the connector we are going to create? So tell me which connector we are going to select. There are so many connectors: Excel, Gmail, Mail, Outlook, OneDrive. Yes. You have to go for this OneDrive. But I didn't save it in OneDrive Business. I have actually saved in OneDrive Personal. There is Business OneDrive also available. But as of now, I didn't save it in OneDrive Business. I have saved it in OneDrive Personal here. So let me go to this add and I click on OneDrive. And it will ask for the connection. If you are creating it for first time, it will ask you to click that OneDrive. It will ask your email ID and password. I think if you are already there, if the link is similar, it will connect it straight away. So I am getting it here because as I indicated, the connection has happened automatically. I showed you list of connection. If it is doing first time, select that OneDrive connection. Select that, or you can click on add connection. Click on add connection.
So can you once again repeat?
Yes. I'll go to the add data here. And I click on the connector again. I click on this connector. and which connector you want to connect, or you can go to the search box and search it also. I want to connect it in OneDrive, so you can type here as OneDrive here. So it straight away goes to OneDrive. There are two OneDrives available. OneDrive, that's a common one, that's a personal OneDrive. Second one is your OneDrive Business. So you can click on, I think you have to select OneDrive Business. You have to select OneDrive Business. I'm selecting OneDrive because OneDrive Business also I have it. I will tell you how to do that. As of now, I am using OneDrive. It automatically shows me what is the OneDrive connection because I already connected it. Since you have not connected it, you can add a connection here. You can add a connection. Click on Add Connection. Connect to OneDrive and manage your files. You perform various actions such as upload, update, and delete the file on OneDrive. Click on Connect, and you have to select that link. So I have already connected it. It will ask for your connection, your email, and your password. You have to select it, and you have to connect it. You should select OneDrive Business. Add data. You should select OneDrive Business. I have to select, I am selecting here as OneDrive, and this is, now I got this connection, and it will show you the list of files here. So this how will take some time. After doing it, it will be faster. After, if you are connected successfully, your folder is there. I think the folder which I have saved it is in Power Apps. So I click on that folder. You can see this is the file which I have stored here. Operation register is the file which I have just now, few minutes before, I have stored there. Should be there on the list. Have we stored it in OneDrive? Then it should be there. OneDrive Business. Don't go to OneDrive. I told you you have to go to OneDrive Business. Connect. Connecting now. It will show. Don't select OneDrive Business. Where is your folder you have saved this file? No, the folder name is Power Apps. Pardon. File name. Oh, no, sir. File name.
Folder. Which is a folder name you have saved.
What is the file name? Where you have saved that file? Sir, I told you to save it in OneDrive. Don't save it in desktop. Just never get it. The desktop location should be there. That Excel file. Excel file in the save. One of the only. Correct, sir. No, you have selected personal OneDrive. You should have selected OneDrive Business. Desktop behind. Correct. Oh, you didn't connect it. Wait, sir. Even I didn't select it. Even I didn't select it. I'm waiting everyone to get connected. Okay. So we have choose that Excel file. Let me choose that Excel file. My Excel file is operation register. That's a file name which I have given. So let me select this operation register. and it will show you the table. What are all the table names available? I think this is the name which I have given. The name is register. Select that name and connect it. So I am connecting it. This is one method. So we have created an Excel file. That Excel file, I stored it in OneDrive. Then I am bringing that file into, I'm connecting that file into Power App. How do I know that the entire table is available here? How can I see it in this screen? So I want to bring this in the screen. I want to add some data into the screen. That's very, very, very simple. It's very simple to bring the data here. There are two methods. One is you can manually create a form. Another one is you can automatically create a form using the Power App. Power App will automatically create a form. So let us see how the Power App is creating form, and then we'll see how to create our own forms also. So let us go to the insert button here. I click on the insert button. When I click on the insert button, you can see there is an option called as edit form. Edit forms. So go to the insert. Under insert, let me click on edit forms. So I go to insert and I click on edit forms. A form is added here. A small form is added here, and it's asking is the file you want to connect. We are already connected with this app. This is the app which already we have connected that file called as register. So it's asking, do you want to connect it with that table? If you have connected multiple tables here, it will show you multiple tables. But this is the table which we have connected it. So go to insert, edit forms. It automatically inserts a form and it shows which table here. So let me select that table. I have selected the table, so it's connecting the table, but I'm not able to see the table here. I'm not able to see the table. I'm doing it again. Go to insert, under insert, click on edit form. It will ask you in this edit form which is your table name. So I selected the table name and I said okay. Now I'm not doing it since I already inserted it. Okay, so there is a form available here. Sorry. So here we have to click on this fields. So where can I see that forms? Where can I see that fields? Sorry, I have inserted two forms here. One forms, I'm moving it further here and I delete this form. So there is one form here. I want the fields. What are all the fields I have added? Record ID, some fields we have added, right? So there is a button available here called as fields. Click on that fields. It expands further. When I click on fields, it expands further. Add fields. And you can see all the fields name which you have created is available here. Category, department, description, record ID, and report date. So what are all the fields you want to add? I want to add all the fields. Category name, department name, description, record ID, and report date. As of now, we have to manually select it. And you would have noticed here one very important thing. Category, it's ABC. Department, it's ABC. Description, it's ABC. Record ID, you can see 1, 2, 3. And report date, you can see the calendar image. That's the reason I asked you to make this as a format. So what is the advantage and what is the purpose of that? When I say add, yes, automatically it will take a few seconds or minutes here. It will add the fields. Yes, very simply it has added the fields. All the fields with the title, everything is added automatically here. And you would have noted it has added the report date. It has added a calendar also here. That's the reason I asked you to make it as a date format. So when you make it as a date format, it has added as a calendar here. We'll do further more. That's very as simple as that. In olden days, we have to create everything manually. Here also we can create it manually. There is an option of creating everything manually, but now everything is embedded automatically here. Done? Clear? How can I check this? But we have to do further more. For example, department should not be a text box. I want to select the departments. No, it's alphabetically ordered. As of now, it's alphabetically ordered. We can reorder it. We can reorder it. It's my system. It's in alphabetical order.
Only the reported date is coming
We can order it. I will tell you how to order this. Select this and go to the right hand side. Before that, we have to see one more. How can I see this form on the screen? So I want to see this on the form, how this form is working. I want to edit, I want to add the category name, I want to add the department name, I want to add the description, I want to put the record ID here, I want to select the date. As we are running a PowerPoint presentation, we have to run a slideshow. Same like you can go here, there is an option called as preview app. Same FI you can use it. Same FI also you can use it. Preview app, but unfortunately, when I say preview app, it says no item to display. Unfortunately, it says there is no item to display. Why? Because we didn't add any item here. The items are empty. So I close it. When I run the slideshow, I'm not able to see it on the screen. No, nothing is displayed because there is no item to be displayed. And it's giving some message. Okay. Say okay. But when I open the screen, I don't have an item. This is the first time I am going to use this form. Already I used the form, already I added the item, you can see the item, but there is no item available. So what we do is select this form. Remember, this overall area is your canvas and this is your form. Select the form. Select the form. You can see on the right hand side on the properties, you should get the form. Form 1. I recommend to have some meaningful name for every forms. We'll see how to give some meaningful name for it. So go to this properties. Yes. Properties is not coming. That means you have closed it. Closed it. So click on this properties and you will get it back again. If you have closed it, click on the properties to get it back again. What you do is now go to the properties. Under properties, you can see the default mode. By default mode, it's in the edit mode. So that means it's in the edit mode. So you already entered the data. It means you are editing it. But as of now, I didn't enter the data. First time I'm going to use this. So it should not be a edit mode. Turn into a new. Make it as new. Make it as new. We'll make this as default also. Now run the form slide. Yes. Now I can see the category ID. I can see the department name. I can see the disk. I can enter something here. I can enter something here. And report date, you can see the calendar is available where I can select it as a calendar. Okay. So first when I run this FI or when I click on this show, it's not showing, it's showing a blank screen because we didn't add a data. So select this form. Select the form and go to the properties of this form. Under the properties of the form, you can see default mode. By default, the default mode will be edit. Make it as new. Then run the show. Then run the app. Now you will get a screen where we can enter. Okay. Where we can enter something. Where already the data is displayed, we can change, edit it, modify it. We'll see already how to edit, how to save. Starting it again. So wait for that, it takes some time. Already data is there, we have to edit it. But as of now, there is no data. You have to make it as select the form. Select the form. Add a new data. It doesn't have any data here. Then run the show. Yes. Properties. Excellent data modeling. And before doing it, you did it or now you do it? Now they add the date picker manually. Or every second. I will tell you how to add. 99% you should get the date picker for the date. If you are not getting a date picker, no worries. We can add a date picker. And for example, here I have a department. Department should not be a text box. Department should be a combo box. So where my user can select the department. I don't want the user to type the department name. I want the user to select the department. This is all the process which we will do it in the next one. Okay, right. So this is how we can add our data very easily. We can connect this data and we can bring it to Power App. We'll add a SharePoint and we can bring it to Power App also before that. So I want to add some data and I want to see whether it is loading into my source data, whether it's working fine. So you can increase and decrease it, and other things you can try. For example, yes, I select this and I bring this form somewhere else on the bottom here. So try to have some title, try to have some logo on the top of this. Go to insert. We can customize our own forms also. That part we'll do it. Go to insert and go to the text label, and I recommend to have the meaningful name for everything. Try to have some meaningful name for everything. So let me first insert a text label. I'll click on the text label. So text label, as the name itself indicates, it's just a label. It's just a label. So I can go here and you can see I have inserted a text label. So go to the top, it says what is the text you want to display it in it. I want to give some text in it. So this is my operation register entry form. So they are going to enter the operation register detail into this form. So I have given some name for it and increase the height and width of this. So I'm just putting I gone to insert. Under insert, I selected the text label. Text label. Label means just a label. Label is used to just to display some values here. Text label. And I gone through this. After selecting the text label, I don't like this font size. I want to increase the font size. Go to properties and go to the font size. Let me change the font size into around 28. Something I'm changing into 28. I increase the bigger font. Hold it. Some changes I'm doing it because this is my title. Other things you explore it. It's an online, so as of now, it's an online version. It's an offline means we can add it. It's an online, so you cannot add your Daimler. So whatever the font available here, try to utilize it. Is there? And I don't have. I will not have your company font. Okay, so for identifying, I have just inserted the title here. I kept the title on the top. Now let us add one data and I save the data and check whether it's working fine. Before that, I select the form. As I told, try to have some meaningful name for everything. I recommend to have a meaningful name for everything. I recommend to how to have, normally my practice, I'm not just dictating it, I'm just giving a suggestion, I'm just giving an idea. This is my practice which I will do. Suppose I created a form. Normally, I prefix what is the object I am using it, prefix some 3 letter and then give what is the usage of this form. For example, this form, how do I name it is, this is a form actually. So I will use some 3 letters like FRM. And what is the usage of this form? It's operation or register entry. So this form is for entering the register. So like this, I will give some meaningful name. Suppose this is a text box. This is a text box where I'm going to enter the department name. So how do I suggest it? Try to have a name like this. It's a text box, so I prefer to have it as TXT DEPT. So this is the text box where I am going to store the department. So easy for us to identify. In future, when you are writing more, when you are creating more forms like this, I recommend this because traditionally for so long, yes, more than 20 years, I practice this and it's working fine for me. So I recommend this. I don't dictate this. I recommend this. I'm giving a suggestion. So when you give a name for anything, try to have a prefix of that control. What is the name of the control? Then you can give a name for what we are going to use this control. This control is a form control where I am going to enter the registry data. So this control is my text box where I can enter my department. So I'm giving TXT DEPT. Similarly, if it's a category, TXT DEPT. Sorry, CAT. So like this, I recommend to have some meaningful name for it, so that it's easier for us to in near future to access it. So how do we name it? Just go here and make a double click on that form. Just to make a double click on the form, and I'll give a name FRM operations registry or entry registry or entry. Right hand side, if you have selected the tree view, so you have to select this tree view. Click on the tree view, select the form, select this form, and go to this tree view. On the tree view, your form name is available here. Select it, double click on that form name, give a meaningful name for it. So I recommend to have some meaningful name. If you feel it's very tougher to make a double click and rename it, no worries. On the right hand side, there is an option available on the properties. On the right hand side of the properties, there is a pencil image. Click on the pencil image and you can rename it. Second method of renaming your forms, whichever is easier. Okay. Right. We will rearrange the form. We'll see how to make a combo box, how to save, how to edit, everything we'll see. Before this, let us try a small one. Let us try a simple one, smaller one. So I place this form here. When I type something inside the category and department, I mean description, record ID, and the date, let us see whether it's adding on my Excel file. So let us insert a small control. Before the break, we'll see that other part we'll see after the break. So let me go to the insert. When I click on something, submit the form. If I click on submit button, this form has to be saved. Whatever you are typing here, that has to be saved here. So let me go to the insert button, that plus symbol, or you can click on the plus symbol on the left hand side. So let me click on that insert, and there is an option called as button. So go to insert and click on button, submit button. This is command button. We call this in olden days, we call this as command button. So if I click on it, it will do some command. Command button. For saving, for resetting, for adding, we can use this. So let me click on this button. Yeah, button is added here. So let me bring the button somewhere else, wherever you wish or you want. And as usual, as I told, I try to give some meaningful name for this. Always I recommend to have some meaningful name for it. You tell me how can I give a meaningful name, or where can I give the meaningful name? So go to this right hand side, properties, click on this button here, and this is a button, so BTN and this is button is for submit. So btn submit. On the bottom you can see the text mode, it says button. So I change the text mode. This is the name of that button. This is the text mode. Text mode means what you have to display there, what has to be displayed. So submit. Yes, submit form. So I have given a name called as, we'll do further more hint text. There are so many options available. We'll explore one by one. So I have given submit form. Now we have to add only one thing here. So we have inserted a form. So for your convenience, just I'm increasing the size of the screen. Yes. Here I have clicked on, I have inserted a button called a submit form. When I click on the submit form, whatever I typed here, it has to be stored on my Excel file. As of now, it will not store. As of now, it will not store. So when I click this, when I click on this, it should trigger something. Trigger. How it will trigger is when I click this on the top left hand side. There is some options. There is some triggering available here on select. By default, it will be on select. If it is not on select, just go to the drop down and there are various options: font, height, hover, italic. So there are various options available here. Tooltip. Let me go to on select. It has to be on select. If it is not on select, make it as on select. That means when I select this, when I click this, what should happen? When I click this, what should happen? When I click on the button on the right hand side here, there is something called as false. Nothing should happen. But when I click this, I want all this to be submitted, all this to be saved. So it's very simple. Remove the false and just type submit form, SU. When you type, it automatically shows SU. SUBMIT, submit form. You can use the tab key for selecting it, or you can type it submit form. Which form has to be submitted? So I think I have given a name for that form. FRM operation entry. That's the name of the form. So just to type FRM, the form name is automatically displayed. The form which you have given, the name which you have given. I don't know what is the name you have given. Close the bracket. Bracket close. No, just the FRM.
What is that?
At the,
Container bracket?
under that form, under we can have a containers, multiple containers. These are all, each one is called as containers. This container you want to extract. In the container, the values you want to extract.
We can specify.
I think we can go for patch. So we'll do that. So submit form, open bracket, that form name. You should not get a red. If you are getting a red, then there is a problem in this formula. Click somewhere else outside, or you can press Alt Enter. Don't press Enter. Enter means it goes to the next line actually. It will go to the next line when you press Enter. Alt Enter means accepting, or you can click somewhere else outside the form also. You can click somewhere else outside the form. Now let me run the form. I'm running the form now. So let me give some sample data here. For example, category, some category, some dummy data. I'm putting some dummy data. Maybe I'm adding some department name. I'm adding some category names, some dummy category names. Record ID, let me put a number here because record ID should be in a number format. So this is my first record. And I say 1, date, let it be today's date, or you can change some other date also here. For example, I say 24 the date, 24 November 2025. Submit the form. So I click on the submit form. You can see on the top something is running here. So it's doing some operations. So it's closed. No item to display. It has submitted, but we have to reset it later. So I believe it's successfully submitted. Close this. We'll see. I don't know what it, we'll see that. First, when you select date, it's saying storing some other date.
20. We
time zone, maybe due to time zone. The UTC time matron. We'll see that. Oh, so sorry. We'll see that, sir. We'll explore. Now I opened that original Excel file and my OneDrive. You can see the record ID is 1. Description is stored here. Report date is stored here. And you can see here category and you can see the data is stored here. So the entire data has been stored here. We'll see the date is a problem means we'll see how to change the date. It's based on the date frames, UTC. You have to change the UTC. Have you expanded it?
I have missed the hour.
That's okay. Only
The date is all of the
maybe you don't have
second.
date selecting okay. Date of okay button. But date 25 select பண்ணி வெளில வந்து you would have not clicked on that okay button. Yes. Yeah, that is UTC, the date we'll see. But so the data is added here, that's fine. But the problem is now when I run the form, once again it shows me a empty. So every time I cannot open this and I cannot say edit. How can I reset the form? How can I add some other into the form? Various, I want to reorder this and I want the record ID should be automatically updated. And instead of the department, I don't want the department to be entered. I want the department to be selected. So these are all the various things which we are going to explore. So as of now, we are working on this file for a very long time. I didn't save the file. So let me go to the save. So and I'll save this with the version notes. So you can say multiple versions. When you're saving it to multiple versions, suppose you did some mistake. I want the previous version. You can take the previous version also or just save it. So let me save it to the version notes. I click on this. And what's the name of this app? You can give some meaningful name for it. So for example, this is my first app. Say my first app. Or you can give some meaningful name. Or if you are already on an app, you can replace it on the old app itself. I'll give a name. Yes. So it is saved. You can go back and on the app list. So if you want to go back, so it says, do you want to leave the app? Yes, I want to leave it. And I'll come back to the main screen. On the left hand side, on the apps, you can see your app is stored. Refresh it. Your app should be available. So it will take some time. It's taking some time. It's taking some time. So we'll see furthermore other options. It is taking some time. I don't know. It should not take this much of time. It should do it faster. So like this, you can bring the Excel file. We'll see how to bring the SharePoint file also, how to do the other activities. We have just started a very small app here and just we added a screen and we did something. That's all. We'll see furthermore. We'll see furthermore probably after I'm refreshing it. I will come after a few minutes and I'll refresh and I'll check. It should be added here. It's taking some time. More time, not some time. Okay, we'll come back and check. So we'll have a short break. I'm just stopping the clock. Just to remind me after this, we have to restart this recording. Sorry, stopping the recording again. And I'll go back to that Edge browser. I opened this file. It should be there when you go back on the main screen. And I'm saving and I'm going back to the main screen. It should be on the list of apps. When you show that, it should be on the list of apps available. Yes, this is my first app. So it's available here. The 6 seconds ago I used it. And now I'm going to that app here. So I open the app and I go to the app again here. Now I opened this Power App. Let us do some small changes here. So it's successfully saving on my Power BI. As he has told, there is some lag in the date or some dates are not changing. So they asked me to put it as a date picker. We'll see that. Sorry, I didn't use the mic. Okay. So I opened the... Hello. Normally my decimal will be okay, but still, since hall is bigger, I thought I will use the mic. Okay, fine. So I opened the same application. Now I want to rearrange this. For example, it's not in a proper order. For example, I want my own preferred order. Let us have, I want this record ID should be on the first, then I want the report date, then I want the department, then I want the description. I want to rearrange this. And I can have it, instead of 2 rows, can I have it in multiple columns? Yes, that all you can do it here. On the right hand side, you can see there is an option available here where I can see 3, whether you want it in 3 columns or you want it only in 2 columns or you want it in only 1 column. So only 1 column will be there. Suppose I make it as 2 columns, so your layout will change into 2 columns. So it will be available only in 2 columns, or you can have multiple columns here. So that columns you can change it here as per your wish, 3, 2, 1, or you can make it as vertical, horizontal. So there are various layouts, the vertical layout or horizontal layout. So that means category name, then there will be a box. Category description, then you have a box. So these are all the things which we can do it here, but I want to rearrange this. Select this form and I go to this fields. Select the form. On the top there is a field. So in this field you can see the category and department name, description, record ID and report date. I want the report date should come to the top. So very simple, just to drag that report date and bring it to the top position here. So when I drag and drop on this layout also, it changes automatically. And I drag the report date and I bring it to the second position. And then I want category name, then I want the department name, then I want the category, then I want the description. So I clicked on the fields here and I clicked on the fields and I drag and dropped and I rearranged it how I want it. As per my own convenience, I am rearranging it. Right. Now, whenever I click on this submit form, whenever I click on the submit form, it's submitting. After submitting, it's giving a blank screen, but I want to reset the form again. And this record ID, I don't want the record ID to be entered by my user. I want the record ID should be automatically generated. For example, when I go to my source data here, it says the record ID is 1. What should be the next record ID? It should be 2. It should be 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want my user to enter the record ID. Because when I'm asking the user to enter, they may give a wrong result. So someone would have entered the same record ID again and again. Then there will be a problem for it. So I want this record ID should be automatically generated. I don't want the record ID should be typed here. So let me select this column. It says, you can see when I select this, you can see it's a container. we can see this as a container. So this is one container. Under this one container, you can see there is a text box and there is another box here. This container, you can see there is a lock symbol available. That means this container is now it's locked, it's protected. So let me select this container and I go to this advanced tab. Under this advanced tab, when I select the container, right hand side there is a properties. Right hand side there is a properties. Go to the properties. If the property is closed, you know how to get it back. You can click on the properties and I can go here, advanced, I unlock it. And I unlock, I want to change some properties here. I want to change some properties. I unlocked it here. Unlocked it here. You can see there is various options available here. Now what I am going to do is default. There is something called as default. This item dot record ID. So let me select this box now. I am selecting this particular text box. I am selecting this particular text box. I am not selecting this container. This is my container. Instead of the container, I am selecting this one. Text box. Record ID. So record ID should be automatically generated. I don't want the record ID to be entered. I want the record ID should be automatically generated. So how can I auto generate the record ID? Could you tell me how can I find whether how do I give a 2 here? So how do we give a sequence here? I don't know which is my last record ID. So we can find out which is the maximum of my last record ID. Correct? In Excel also we have a function to find out the maximum. What is the function is max. So I want to find out which is the maximum value in the record ID plus 1. Correct? Suppose my record ID is 200. 200 plus 1. So next ID should be 201. So if already 201, 201 is my maximum, 201 plus 1. So I want to find out the maximum of my record ID plus 1. Maximum of my record ID plus 1. So that's very simple. Go back to the, go back to the Power App again. I'll go back to the Power App and I select this box. On the right hand side, there are some properties available here. On the properties, let me go to the default. There are something called as hint text. There is something called as tooltip. I will explain the important features. So let me go to the default one here. It says default one is parent.default. I remove this parent.default. Instead of this, I delete this. Say max, 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 open bracket, max of what? This item dot record ID, but close bracket, but it's showing a error. So max of the table name. I don't know what is the table name. So register, correct. Register is my table name, comma. Then you select that record ID is the field name. That is the field name. It's showing an error. But for me, it shows an error. That's why I didn't. This item dot record ID. Plus 1. It should not show an error. I should give a name of the table. Normally, max is max, first table name, then you should get that field name. That doesn't make a difference here. Yes, that's what I would have made some mistake. No, I have opened 2 brackets, sorry. think this is not correct. I believe so. This is not right. Should say normally in max what we will say is we'll say this field name, max of field name, and we have to give that field name exactly. You should not say this record. This record will take only this record ID. Only this record ID is taken here because this record ID is 0. So it will take 0 plus 1. So what is there in the source table? It should take what is there in the source table. It should not take what is there in the this record. So it should take the source ID here. So I should take the table name actually. The table name is register, my table name. Then you have to say this record ID. This is correct. This is right. You should not take this table. I should say max of the table name, comma the table column name. This is correct. You should not take this item. This item. Since you are told I taken that. No. Plus 1. This should be correct. So don't take this item. This item means this item. Since you asked, I tried it and it's not working. So max of the table name, comma the column name. So max of table name, comma the column name plus 1. So I'm adding plus 1 to that. Plus 1. Yes, sir. This is correct. This should be correct. Actually. This should be. I'll go. Have you enabled it? Advanced the page. Go to the top. Go to the top. You are unlocked. Unlock. Now do it. You have not unlocked it. There is a lock symbol. You have to unlock it. Please unlock it and do the settings. Without unlocking, don't do it. Or what you do is count instead of maximum. Count plus one. How many records are there? Plus one. Yes. Select some unit and then go for it. On this view. Disabled. What's the data you entered? If you have given a on minutes, I have given it as 1 here. That's why I added 1 plus 1 and I given it as 2. Someone has typed some other randomized number, then there will be a problem. Either you have to go there and change it, or first you should have did this max and then we entered it, no problem. There is one more formula available. Even I can say instead of the max, I can say one more method. I can count how many rows are there. How many rows are there in my data plus 1. That's another method. But I believe the max is always better because unknowingly if you deleted a row, then there will be a problem. So we can add one more function. Count rows. How many rows are there in the source data? Count rows. What is the table name? The table name is register plus 1. This is another method. If you have entered a wrong randomized value in your source, I have typed 1. That's why I am getting it. If you are not typed 1, if you have typed some 2000, 3000, then it will be 3001, 3002. So instead I can say count rows plus 1. How many rows are there in my table? Plus 1. This is second method. One more method. Instead of using a max, you can go for count rows also. How many rows are there? Plus 1. How many rows are there? Active means? That is count rows. If there is no data entered, it will not count it. It will count only if the data is available. That's what. That's why I said the max is better. Maximum plus 1. If you are doing it for the first time, you should have deactivated and you should have did this. So I prefer this max open bracket, the table name register, once again. Max open bracket, the table name is register, comma, record ID plus 1. Sorry. If the data are not refreshed, you are not getting the new data over there. It's taking some time to refresh. Go back to your data here. Click on the data. Go to the 3 dot lines here. And there is an option called as refresh. So just refresh to refresh your data. And I recommend it's better to close that file. Whenever you do something, it's better to close the file. And go to 3 dot and go for this refresh. Go to the data view. Under this data table, go to the 3 dot and go for refresh. Data will get refreshed. If it's not updating, better to refresh it. If it is updating, fine. If it is not updating, better to refresh it. Yes. We can write a formula for this. There is a function called as rand. But if it is a random number, sometimes there can be a repeated value also.
And I give a logic for setting.
You can write a formula here. So instead of max, you can write that formula here.
So what is the list of
I will share you the list. Even it's not there. I will share you the list. Maybe a PDF I will share. What are all this stuff?
so one more query actually. If I am doing this program activities now and my main data source Excel file is in open, if somebody is updating here, will it reflect or
It will reflect it. Maybe it may take few seconds or something. It will get reflected. Whenever there is refresh, it will get refreshed. Okay. Now, let us do some other things. Now, this part, what we did. This area, what we did, I can see here, this one, I select this. I don't want my user to enter the data here. So we have made this data to be typed. Instead of asking the user to enter, we have made instead of typing, we made it automatically, it should appear. Now let us run the form, and every time I have to run the form, you can see now maybe if it is showing a blank screen, for me it's showing the full screen here. If it is showing a blank screen, that means once again you have to select this form and you have to go back to the display here and you have to set it as new here. You have to set it as new. If you are not set it as new, please set it as new here. Now let us take one more. For example, department. I don't want this department should be in a text box. I want department should be in a combo box. So I don't want my user to enter the department. I want the user to select the department. They don't want to enter it. They have to select it. So first let us insert a combo box for it. We'll insert a combo box. So let me go to the insert tab again. I'll go to the insert tab here. Under the insert tab, there is an option called as input. Under input, there is an option called as drop down. So go to the insert. Under insert, you can see there is a drop down available here. What is the difference between drop down and a combo box? I will explain. First, let us try with the drop down. So go to click on the drop down here. A drop down is inserted here. In drop down, only you can select it. Only you can select it. In combo, you can select as well as you can type new things. Suppose I want my user to enter a new thing and I want my user to select multiple options. At a time, they can select two departments. At a time, they can select two departments. Then they can go for combo. But at a time, they can select only one department. Then we have to go for a drop down. So I recommend to go with drop down. So when I select drop down, a drop down is inserted here. As usual, let me go to this first button, tree view. And I recommend to have a meaningful name for this. So this drop down is for displaying the department. So I double click on this or go to the left side here and you can go to the top here and you can give a if you are not able to move, then it means it's locked. So select it and go to the advanced and unlock it. There is an option called as unlock the change to the property. If it is locked, you cannot move it. You have to unlock it. Which you want to move? Which you want to move? Move no, drop down we didn't finish it, sir. We have to put some options and then we'll move it here. We didn't do this. We have inserted a drop down. We'll do some other in the drop down. Still the drop down is not over. Drop down. Have you inserted, placed the cursor outside, sir? I think you would have placed the cursor inside some, there you should have did it. Place it outside. place outside of your screen, then insert a drop down. It is fixed inside it. So go to insert, go to this drop down, and a drop down is inserted. I place the drop down somewhere else, but this drop down, I want the department names to be displayed. In this drop down, I want the department names. Select this drop down, and you can see on the top it shows something like drop down samples. I don't want this. Instead of the samples, I delete the samples. Open a square bracket. Open a square bracket inside the double quotes. Can we get it from some other table? Of course, we can get it from some other table also. So instead of typing the drop down, I already typed that list of departments in some other, I can get it. Yes, we can get it. That are all we can do it in our manual form. These are all the automated form created by Power App. So as of now, let us put a double quotes. And I type the department names here. For example, first department is a production. Double quotes close, comma. Another double quotes. Maybe I am selecting something like quality, comma. Double quotes. Suppose I say something like finance. Double quotes close. Suppose as of now I'm adding only 3 departments. Close the flower square bracket. Open the flower bracket. Type the department name in double quotes. Department name. Start the department in double quotes. End it with double quotes. Comma. Quantity also in double quotes. Finance also in double quotes. Everything in double quotes. We want to make it as empty. First empty. Why? You should not take the first one as a default. Let me check whether it's working fine. It's not required every time you have to go to the play and check it here. Can I check this here itself? Yes. Hold the Alt key. You can run the form and check it. That's one method. Hold the Alt key and click on the combo box. Check whether it's working fine. Yes, it's working here. So instead of every time running the form and checking it, I'm holding the Alt key and I click here. Hold the Alt key and I click here. Yes, it's working now. So like this, add some department names. I think I should have the list of departments. So I want this department should be added. Production, quality, maintenance, and human resources, logistic, finance, and purchase. So no other go. You have to manually add all the departments within double quotes. So within double quotes, I did it already. So I selected this. Open the flower bracket and type all your column names here. Separated by double production, comma, quality, comma, maintenance, maintenance. I make it as not maintenance department, I'll make it as maintenance. Not part, it's part of the screen, it's not part of the form. We'll bring it. We'll bring it. That's what he told him. First, you should give it as an empty. Or you try this. Go to the default. Select this. Go to the default and make the default. I don't know whether this will work. No. அதிலே தான் டெவலப் பண்ணோம் மறுபடியும். So I have added some list of departments: production, quality, maintenance, human resources, logistics, supply chain, finance, purchase, R&D, and engineering. So when I run the form, so on the drop down, everything is listed here. என்ன சொல்றீங்க? By default mandate தானே. இல்ல, we will put it first. We will bring this to the star வரனா நீங்க அங்க அது ஷேர் பாயிண்ட்ல பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா இங்க வந்துரும். We'll do that. I want to do one more. 1 minute. I'm searching for this. I'll go to that record ID. This table called, this column called as record ID. Let us bring this department to this area. We are going to bring it. Before that, I will go to this record ID column. That box, I will go to this record ID box. And I'll go to this advanced again. And there is something called as display mode. Under the display mode, it says something like parent dot display or something. It's giving parent dot display mode. So I'll go here and type something as display mode dot. Display mode dot. So I'll say display mode dot. So let me put the display mode dot disabled. I say the display mode dot disabled. So I'm making this, I select this record ID. I select this record ID and I'll go to the properties of this advanced. Under the advanced, I gone to the display mode. By default, it will say something parent dot display mode. Whatever the parent dot, whatever the forms is available, it will take that form settings. But I don't want my user to enable this. I want this to be disabled. I don't want my user to go here. I have displayed 2. My user can go and change it to 3 or they can change it to 4. I don't want to change it. So what I will do is I'll make this as display mode dot disabled. Display mode dot disabled. So it's disabled. It will not work here. It will not work. So I made it as disabled. Now when I play and run this button, you can see it is disabled. So you cannot go to that record ID. You cannot go to that record ID. It's automatically generated, but you cannot go there. You cannot go there. So I repeat this, select this record ID field, go to the advanced. Under advanced, there is something called as display mode. I change the display mode as, by default, the display mode is parent dot something. I changed into display mode dot disabled. Display mode dot disabled. Okay. அவ்வளோ.
Is the same value taken out to the Excel?
Excel will override it. Excel will not validate.
Okay, so for everybody the pre-generated text will be 2.
No, next time they saved it, no, 2, that will become 3. You have saved it. 2 you have saved it.
After I submit it only.
That's correct. If you are submitting it, it becomes 2. Then when I am opening a form, it will be 3.
Right, so does it depend at the time I'm opening?
Correct, of course, of
I'm
course.
submitting the
Until submitting the form, it will be 2 only. After submitting, Mike, it will be 2.
So let's say if you are playing with multiple departments.
Everyone will open at the same time. Everyone will get 2 as of now.
There are possibilities to validate that, to make it dynamic.
Then we have to write a coding for it. See whether this data is already available. Then if you are doing it in SharePoint, you can make it as a primary field so that it will not add. It will throw an error in a SharePoint. But Excel will accept it because Excel doesn't have that option. But in SharePoint, you can make it as a primary field so that when I add a new record, 2, already 2 is there, so you cannot add. It will throw an error. Okay. So the display mode, we made it as false here. I don't want the display mode, so I made the display mode as disabled. Or the second method is you can select this. Easily you can, instead of typing it, you can go to this display button. Under the display button also, there will be a display mode where we can change it as displayed also. Here you can see there is another method where we can make it as displayed. Select this box and go to the display, and I go to the display mode and make it as disabled, or that display mode dot disabled, both are same. Now this combo box should be the part of this card. It should be the part of this card, the department card. I don't want the text box should appear here. I want this combo box should appear here. This drop down box should appear. As I told, try to have some meaningful name for this drop down box. I don't know whether I have given some meaningful name. I have given it and I re-entered it again. So let us give some meaningful name for this. Click here, and this drop down box is for I say department. Gives a different meaning. DRP. DRP department. So I said DRP. It's a drop down. It's a drop down for department names. It's a drop down for department. I am giving some meaningful name for it. I have given some meaningful name. So we have added a combo box and we have given a name for this. We added some list of items into the combo box and we have given some meaningful name. Let us select the container. I select this container. I am selecting this container. Once again, this container, you can see it's locked. So let me go to the advanced and I scroll up. Better to unlock it. So the unlock the container. So you can see on the top, after the container on the C, you can see it's locked, means go to advanced and remove the lock. So we have removed the lock. Delete this text box. It will throw an error. There will be some red. 2 reds will be there. We'll see how to solve the 2 reds. Yes, I'm getting 2 reds there. I'm getting 2 reds. Fine. So we'll see how to solve it. No, I just deleted it. Text box, not the container. The text box inside the container. I deleted the text box which is holding the department. I deleted it. There will be some reds. Don't worry. Now let me copy this or cut it. This combo box which we have just inserted, I cut this combo box and go to this container, paste it. So I'll go to the container and I paste it here, copy and paste it inside that container. I'm copying and pasting this text combo box inside a container. But there will be a red. You know why there is red? Because earlier inside a container we had something like a text box. Now inside this container we have inserted the combo box, the drop down box. Now this, what is the name of this drop down box? I think just now we have renamed it. For a convenience, I am copying this because every time I have to type this. Control C. I copy the name of the container. Sorry, name of the drop down. I copied the name of the drop down. Now let us click on this red. There are 2 reds available. So let us solve one by one. First I click on the first red. And I click on the first red and I say edit formula. On the top it says the x-axis x value and y value. There it says data card value. No, it's not data card value. Instead of the data card value, give this combo box name. dpt dot value. Now 2 reds will be there. I select red. I think you have selected the first red. I will solve that also. We'll solve that. So I think you got this error. So edit. Data card dot value dot 2 dot text. So this is an error because it's taking the data card 2. I got that first error. No problem. But we can solve this. So instead of this data card, delete it. Type your drop down name dot. Type your drop down name dot. Selected dot. It should not be dot text. You have to say selected dot value, because we would have selected some value from this drop down. So you cannot say drop down dot text or something. You should say selected. What is the value you have selected? Because we are going to select some values inside it. So the drop down name dot selected dot value. So the drop down name dot selected dot value, because I'm selecting it, I'm not typing it. If you are typing, straight away you can say value. Straight away you can say value. Suppose I'm typing in a text box, I'm typing something, so you can straight away type some value or a text. But if here we are not typing, we are selecting it. It should be in update mode. It's always in update mode. And when I click on this error only, it automatically goes to the update mode by default. That is our data value. Instead of the data value 2, replace it with our combo box name, DRP department. One more error will be there. I replaced that error just now. Wherever the data card dot value is available, replace it with your combo box name. Two errors should have appeared. I don't know. Both you have to change it. That is x-axis and y-axis of this. Make it as this name, this drop-down name. So it will show something. The data card dot one dot x, data card dot one dot y. Instead of the data card, replace it with your combo box name. Replace it with your combo box name. It has to be replaced with your combo box name. It has to be replaced with your combo box name. Instead of that data card, it has to be replaced with your combo box name. So wherever this data card 2.text is available, data card, wherever the data card is, I will redo it for you again. So I got 1 minute. Yes? Correct. No. For this one, the first is this one. One error is this x-axis and y-axis. X-axis and y-axis, you have to do the drop down dot x, drop down dot y. But for this, you should not say text. It should be drop down dot selected dot value. So whatever the value you are entering, for this x-axis and y-axis, you would have got some error like this. Dot x dot y, data card dot value dot x, data card dot value dot y. So instead of that, make it as your drag down or height. So instead of this, you type your combo box name. Combo box name dot y, combo box name dot height. Sorry. So wherever the data card is appearing, change it to your combo box name. Change it to your combo box name. Then with the x-axis and y-axis, we are fitting within that. Also, nothing will happen. But this should be there. That value. Select this data card and see on the update area. When you say update, you should get this. Drop down dot selected dot value on the update. On the left hand side, there is something called as update. On the left hand side, you can see update. This one. DOP dot selected dot value. Dot selected dot value. Are you doing it in the department column, sir, or are you doing it in the record ID? Record ID is number where we cannot give a text. So before checking this, select this select this container, and I'll go to this update and this one update and check whether if this is okay, fine. The x-axis and y-axis, that's not a problem. That is only the height and width. Even if you delete it also, no problem. Yeah, default. You will increase the. Yeah. Someone called me. Excel. It should be closed. It should be read only. Only here, sir. Whenever you are pulling a data from some other Excel, it should be converted. Okay. Before saving it and checking it, I want to add one more button here for resetting this form, because every time when I run the form, I don't want to make it as new. Suppose I submitted it and I want to add it the new record ID here. So let me add one more button here. I want to add one more button for resetting the form. So let me go to insert. Go to the button again. I'll go to the button again. So let us go to insert and I'll put this button again and I place this button somewhere else here. And this button is for resetting. Either you can reset it or you can create a new form also, both. So let me give a name for this form button. This is button BTN. This is for resetting. Reset. So I inserted a button, and this button I have given some name for that button, and I edit this. Go to this right hand side on the display. I can go to the text, and this button is for reset. Okay. Let us run the form and check. I run the form. Sorry, we have given a name, but we didn't give a coding. So we have inserted a button. In this button, I have given a name for the button. The button name is BTN reset, and the text is reset. Select this button, and on the top it should be on select. If on select is not there, please make it as on select. On select of this, it says false. Nothing to be done. Let us remove this, and I say reset form. Reset form. Which form? That form name. FRM operation entry. Sorry. FRM operation entry. Sorry. My keyboard. So reset form. Open bracket. FRM operation entry. Close bracket. Okay. So reset the form name. Just click on that form name. Now I press Alt Enter for accepting it. Let us run the form. I run the form, preview the form. Record ID is 2. Date, and I will see how to put a same like you can add a date picker for this. We'll see the date picker, and I'll select some department, quality, category, some category name, some description. They say submit the form. So it's getting the form. So before that, as he has indicated, better to close that Excel file. Reset. Yes. All the fields comes back again. So after this, I'm resetting it. Now it has resetted, and you can see the record ID has turned into 1 now. The record ID has turned into 1. It has resetted you. Select this button. Go to the on select and make it as reset form. Reset form, open bracket, that form name. Close bracket. Run the form and enter something and submit it. After submitting, everything will go off. Close the Excel file before saving. Now click on the reset form. It will reset your form.
The numbers will still continue. So 3, 4 numbers will still
It should continue, no? Resetting is we are restarting. Then the next record ID should be 3 only, right? No, no, no. It should be 3. How can I go back to 1? Already we have submitted 1 and 2. It should be 3. What is the formula you used there? Show me that reset.
இதுக்கு தான் ரிப்போர்ட் ஐடி தான் இவனுக்கு குவாலிட்டி தான்
On that record ID.
டிஸ்பிளே மோட் ஐடி
Number.
ஏய் default 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 display mode display அந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் கூட போய் இதை பண்ணியா பண்ணி பிளேஸ் பண்ணா போயிட போகுது கண்ட்ரோல் வி செலக்ட் பண்ணி கண்ட்ரோல் வி Yeah, delete. அந்த கிராஃப்டோட இதுல இன்னொன்னு பண்ண சொன்ன இதுல இப்ப ஒரு வருஷம் சம்பவம் பண்ணிட்டு பிளாக் ஆகுது அவ்வளவு ரீசன் அது இங்க நான் அப்படியே பண்ணுவேன்.
Next, now we are just adding the data. Okay, but if you don't, sorry, if you don't want a separate reset form here, I want to click on the button and it should submit and it should reset it automatically. And I don't know whether my form is submitted or not. So for this we'll do next process. So done. Now what I will do is, after submitting, it's showing a blank screen. Instead of blank screen, I want to give some information for my end user that this form is submitted successfully or this data is added successfully. So let us go to the on select and it says submit form, the form name. Go to the last here. You can even expand this column. You can expand this formula. How do we expand it? There is an arrow mark. You can expand it. Just add a semicolon. You can add a semicolon and you can press a enter. It comes to the next line, or you can do it in the same line also. You can do it in the same line. There is something called as notify. After submitting the form, notify, open bracket. After submit the form, notify, open bracket, and I'm putting a double quotes. In a double quotes, I'm typing some message. That is form successfully submitted. So I'm giving some message for my end user to be aware whether he has submitted, because it shows a blank screen. We don't know what is happening. Comma, form successfully submitted, comma. What is that message? Whether it's an error message or information message or success message or a warning message. I'll go for a success message. Comma. How long that notification should appear? It can appear, the user can close it, or he can give a time limit in a millisecond. Maybe 1000 millisecond is equal to 1 second, or 2000 millisecond. You can say the number of milliseconds to display the notification before it's automatically closed. Or my user can close it manually, or I can give some notification. Maybe I'll say 2000 microsecond, millisecond, sorry, 2000 milliseconds. Close the bracket. So after 2000 milliseconds, I am closing the bracket. Sorry. Comma, 2000, close the bracket. Alt enter to accept it. And let me run the form and check. I am running the form. And it shows the record ID, and I select some department names and categories. And I'll say description, submit. After the form is submitted successfully, you will get a notification message. On the top, the form is submitted successfully and the notification is gone within 1 second or 2 seconds. You can see a notification is appearing on the top, just notifying that your form is submitted successfully. And click on reset. As I told, if this reset, you don't want a separate button for it. You suggest me what I can do. I don't want this reset button. When I click on the submit form, it should submit it and it should show me the notification. Then it should reset automatically. So what can I do now? Select this form and expand this on select. Then what we can do? Add another semicolon and put this reset form. This is another method. If you don't want a separate button for it. If you don't want a separate button. So reset form, which form? This form name. So I'm adding a semicolon. So one button I'm doing multiple activity. So first it should submit the form, then give a message that form is successfully submitted, then reset or reset it and notify it. Both are same. That's your wish. So in one forms I am adding multiple codings here. submit the form, it submitted, then notify it that form is submitted successfully, then reset it. Alt enter, then let me run the form. I'm running the form. Yes, and I'm selecting something here, and I select some categories, select some description, submit the form. It is submitted, and on the top you will get the notification. After the notification is over, it has resetted your form also. You can see my now record ID becomes 5. So it has resetted the form. If you don't want this reset button, if you want it, you can have it. That's up to you. So because I want my user manually to reset it, you can click on the reset button, or in submit form itself, I have written a coding here. So 3 things: submit the form, notify it, and reset it. But notify and reset, you can do it as per your wish. 1 minute. Notify and reset. I can first put the notify, then reset, or reset and notify. Both are similar. But first hierarchy should be submit. First to submit it. The notify can be second or third. Reset also can be second or third. That's up to you. After resetting, notify it, or notify it and reset it. I can edit it. You see edit. 1 minute. Selected dot text. Selected dot text. Value, sorry. Value. கீழே ஃபார்முலா வருவீங்க. குவாலிட்டிக்கு டபுள் கோட்ஸ் போடுங்க. Totally. Selected. வரும்போது இந்த ஸ்க்ரீன் எப்படி close this.
overall.
Sorry. We should have created SharePoint and we should have created the manual form. As of now, we are working only with the auto form. Manual form we have not created. Editing we have to see. We have to see about the navigation. There are still more options. Are still we didn't see the other properties also here. Still more options are pending. So we'll try to finish it with all your cooperation. We'll try to do it as fast as possible. It's not required you have to finish all the concept. The learning is more important. So as of now, please save this file. Please save this file because 12:30 is our scheduled time for break. Try to come as soon as possible. Because it's already saved. You can click on save as and maybe the same name. So I am saving it as same file, the same name. So save this file. Okay, overwrite it. So I already given a same name. I am overwriting it. Okay, so we'll restart. We have created only a very simple form. That's all. We have to do further more activities, further more operation and properties are pending. We have to create an edit form. We have to get manual form, patching. Everything we'll see probably after the break. So as I told, try to come as soon as possible. I stop the clock.